Hello, everyone. Want to bring you a story. And this actual story, this particular one, is coming from the North Carolina beat, the NC beat. However, there's other stories out there, and this story just surfaced. And so I wanted to bring you this story to bring awareness to the fact is that there are quite a few people traveling out of the country. And we're finding out that some of those people that have traveled outside of the country with so-called friends or frenemies have not returned. They have succumbed to their death over in these other countries. And you know that Shanquella Robinson, her family still has not received the justice that they are seeking in her death when she traveled over to Mexico. And they're calling those people she traveled with the Cabo Six. And so you know that's been an ongoing trending story that she has not received, her family has not received justice for her death. Shanquella Robinson. Hashtag justice for Shanquella Robinson. But now we have a new story that has surfaced as again, I told you that I originally saw the story in my news feed, and the story came from the NC Beat. Now, there are other write-ups on this story, but this particular story surfaced first, and so I'm going to, reference this story. Thank you to the NC Beat for putting this out and always helping family members as well try to receive justice or even bring awareness to their loved ones situation or loss or of what has happened to their family member. Now I'm sure there's other channels out there that do it, so please don't get upset. I'm just using this story because it did come across my news feed. However, in this case, Oneisha Shearin, hashtag justice for Oneisha Shearin. Now, Oneisha Shearin is 30 years. She was 30 years of age. She passed away in San Juan, Puerto Rico in February 2023. Now, to be exact, it was February 25th is allegedly the day that she passed away. And so the parents and family of Oneisha is calling for a criminal investigation into the death of their daughter. Now, Oneisha traveled with Monica Harris and Monica's Harris family. Monica's Harris family and Monica were the only family with Oneisha that traveled to San Juan, Puerto Rico. So Oneisha did not take any blood-related relatives with her on this trip. And so a Virginia mother and father are calling for a criminal investigation into the death of their 30-year-old daughter, Oneisha Shearin, who they believe was murdered by her friend and her friend's family while in Puerto Rico in February. Now, Maggie and Timothy Watkins told the North Carolina Beat that they have been fighting to get a criminal investigation into the death of their daughter, Oneisha Shearin, since February. They said their daughter left for Puerto Rico on Thursday, February 23rd, 2023, with her friend Monica Harris and Monica's Harris family. No one blood related to Oneisha went on the trip. Now, on Friday, February 24th, Maggie said she spoke to her daughter briefly around 2 p.m. She said Oneisha told her she was having a good time and they would chat later. Maggie said she was checking in with her child like a mother does. Now, 2 days later, Saturday, February 25th, Maggie and Timothy received a strange phone call that for hours they did not believe was real. They thought they were being pranked and their daughter was behind it. But little did they know Oneisha was gone. A phone call came in that she was gone, that she passed away, Maggie said. It was a nonchalant phone call. Maggie and Timothy said Monica told them everyone had been drinking Friday night and Oneisha needed to lie down because she was highly intoxicated. Early Saturday morning around 6:45 a.m., according to Maggie and Timothy, Monica said Oneisha had gotten up to use the bathroom and later found her in the bathroom making a funny noise, such as moaning. Maggie said Monica told them she couldn't get Oneisha to respond to her commands, so she called her Maggie. Maggie said she told Monica she needed to call 911 first. Monica hung up the phone with Maggie and called 911. Maggie told the NC Beat that 15 minutes later, Monica called her back and asked if Oneisha had medical problems. Maggie said she told her that her daughter had no medical issues. She said Monica then hung up the phone without context for asking about Oneisha's medical history. 30 minutes later, Maggie said Monica called back and told her that her daughter was gone. When she called back 30 minutes later, she said, "She's gone." Just like that, Maggie said. Maggie said Monica was just so calm, cool, and nonchalant. She said she told Monica to stop playing and put Oneisha on the phone. Maggie said Monica told her she couldn't because Oneisha was dead. "It wasn't that I didn't believe it. It was just the way she said it," Maggie said. "I just knew it was a joke because of how she said it." Maggie said she hung up on Monica and she started calling Oneisha's phone. She said she couldn't count how often she called and left voicemails. Maggie said she and her husband just couldn't believe their daughter was dead. Maggie said she was able to get videos and photos from Monica that were taken of her daughter while in Puerto Rico. After seeing them and hearing Monica's story, she said she believed her daughter was already dead Friday night. Now, in two videos obtained by the NCB, you can see Oneisha having a good time and appearing to be tipsy. But Monica's family keeps pushing her to take photos. It's unclear if they were playing a game, but if they were, Monica did not mention it. In one video, Monica is searching for a cup, and Monica's family briefly helps her find it. Before drinking whatever is in the cup, she says, Oneisha says, "I ain't never did this before," and the video ends. In another video, you see Oneisha take another shot. Maggie and Timothy said they believe Monica and her family poisoned their daughter. The North Carolina Beat also obtained two photos that we have to warn you are graphic. One of the photos showed Oneisha sitting on the couch with a towel across her forehead and appearing unconscious with blood on her left shirt sleeve. And if you notice, there is no blood on her sleeves in the above video. Another photo shows Oneisha sitting on the toilet with her pants halfway down and appearing unconscious. A pillow is behind her neck, and a washcloth is across her forehead with her eyes rolled to the back of her head. Maggie and Timothy told the North Carolina Beat that it took a month for Oneisha's remains to return to them. The couple said when they went to the funeral home to view Oneisha's remains, and they saw she had fingernail marks on her face, other bruises, and a knot on one side of her head. Maggie says she and her husband have not yet received Oneisha's autopsy back, and she believes Puerto Rico is holding it for some reason. She said she had called Puerto Rico daily and had not gotten an answer or report on anything concerning her daughter. Maggie said she and her husband went to file a police report at the Richmond Police Department, and they were told it was out of their jurisdiction and couldn't help. Maggie said, "We just want justice for our child." The NC Beat reached out to Monica for a statement, and she declined to speak with us. Now, I want to say this because we see this happening a lot, and of people, traveling with other people out of the country, and they're not returning. And there's a lot of, to me, in my opinion, suspect about what's happening with these individuals, the deceased that are traveling, with these other people that they are supposed to be friends. And to me, they're so-called friends, they're frenemies, friends and enemies, frenemies, because a true, genuine, real friend is not going to harm you in any kind of way. And if they see that you are harming yourself or there's a risk of harm, they will step in to help you, to stop you, restrain you, take the threat away, get you out of the situation, risk or danger. And they're certainly not going to allow you to drink to the point that you are so intoxicated that you develop alcohol poisoning. Once a person starts to show signs of intoxication, being tipsy, for lack of a better word, then it's time to stop drinking. And in the videos, it is clear that I'm not going to show them, but you can, I will put the story out where you can go and hopefully see, a link or so. But I know this story was covered on the NCB channel as well. But, and you can go probably to the website of the NCB to check it out. Because I've read to you that some of them may be very graphic or disturbing as I read the details to you. And I want to continue on to say that it is very important to have discernment, especially spiritual discernment, when you're going to travel with someone. Traveling out of the country is a serious matter for anyone that's going to travel. And to do it without blood relatives and to go with someone else's family, and you don't have any protection of your own family, because most of the time family members stick together. Blood is thicker than water in these cases. And it seems to be that people are traveling out of the country so they can harm someone that they say is their friend, to lure them or manipulate them into traveling out of the country, and then getting them over there and starting a fight, getting them drunk, and saying it's a game, everybody's drinking to participate. But some of those people may not be drinking as fast as you, or that, as the deceased individual, the one that winds up succumbing to their death. They may be spitting it in another cup that the deceased is not aware of at the time when they were drinking or playing these drinking alcohol games or what have you. So it is important to have spiritual discernment before you travel out of the country. And I'm not blaming the victim. Please do not insinuate that. But however, in order to protect ourselves by any means necessary, we have got to have some type of spiritual discernment to see, before we travel, pray about it. Is this the person I should be traveling out of the country with? Should I take a blood relative with me? Or is this a family I need to go with? Because it's just me and this person supposed to be my friend, and I'm thinking is my friend, and the family. And people are so trustworthy. And sometimes people meet people, and I don't know how long Monica Harris was friends with Miss Oneisha Shearin, but sometimes people meet people overnight and hang out because there's a good vibe, good energy, and then later on they find out, that this is not a good thing, or they never know until they get to where they're going. And in this case, Miss Oneisha traveled with Monica Harris and Monica Harris' family, and she did not make it back home alive. And so the family, the parents, are seeking justice. They want a criminal investigation into the death of their daughter because she passed away in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Now, you know that Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. territory, okay? And so, in my opinion, and maybe some people can shed a little more light on this, is that the family should be able to get some type of justice because Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. territory. Now, I know they operate on their own bases over there, but however, it's part of the U.S. territory. Maybe they can contact the state attorney of Virginia, in their state, or the FBI, and to have them to look into this to find out what really transpired. And because Puerto Rico, they were able to get their daughter's body. It happened in February, and now we are in July, the middle of July. So that's a long time. And so they would definitely have to comb some serious, evidence to where they were staying, where they were seen. There should be some footage. If there's cameras, there should be something that they can go on that can at least start the investigation, and also to reach out to Puerto Rico. And it doesn't appear that any phone call was made to the authorities there, but then it says that Monica was instructed to call 911. Now, did Monica call 911? let's see here. I'm not sure if Monica even called 911, but she was instructed to do so. And when I look at Monica Harris' picture, she looks like an older woman. She has some nice looking diamonds, like a wedding band and things on her hand. Like, it's a really nice looking ring. I have to give it to you guys on this. So I don't know what this woman, what their family status is, and what was the reason for pushing your so-called friend, to drink the way that she allegedly was drinking, and to allegedly die of alcohol poisoning, to succumb to her death. But I find it suspect, that they kept pushing her to take shots. See, that's what I'm saying about a real friend would not do that. They will stop this nonsense. This is foolishness. Someone's life was lost. And the fact is, they mentioned, that she was found, in the bathroom on the toilet with her pants halfway down. And I'm going to say allegedly, under the copyright disclaimer. I'm going to say allegedly. And there is a picture and that I'm putting here for you all. You all can see. I'm going to attach, going to make sure you have the link here in the description box. But however, having her pants halfway down with her eyes rolled back in her head and a towel on her head sounds to me that she was propped up on that toilet. Now, what do you all think about that? I want to know your respectful opinion about this or comments, because if someone is sitting on the toilet with their eyes rolled back rolled back and a towel over their head and their pants half down, it would appear to me that maybe they want people to believe that Miss Oneisha went to the restroom and fell and passed out on the toilet. You see what I'm saying? And it could be, to me, in my opinion, that they propped her up like that. She was already deceased and they propped her up, and it took them 30 minutes, Monica 30 minutes to call back Miss Maggie, Oneisha Shearin's mother. So maybe they were trying to figure out what to tell the mother. Oh yeah, but that's not possible. And the fact that, that it was a nonchalant, according to the mother of Miss Oneisha, a nonchalant phone call, calm, and the fact that she passed away. And there was a rumor out there, and I don't like to, say things negative, that there was an alternative lifestyle for Miss Oneisha Shearin. Now, that's none of my business, and I don't know that, and so I'll just leave it at that. But however, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. This is a life that was lost over in Puerto Rico, and the family is hurting. They want justice for their daughter. They want to find out what led up to this, what really happened with their daughter. And so, and her eyes are rolled back in her head in this particular picture. And the fact is, her pants are halfway down, and is really sad. So they're waiting for a toxicology report, and and so they want justice for their child. So anyway, leave your comments below, because it's also saying that, again, Monica declined to speak with the NCB on this, and maybe they're trying to get them an attorney to protect themselves, so they choose not to speak, and maybe they will once they have legal representation. I do not know as far as this family, Monica Harris and her family. But however, this sounds very suspect, and it really sounds similar to the Shanquella Robinson story. And so I want to leave with you all to please, please, please have spiritual discernment. Just be mindful and conscious. Don't be quick to go out of the country with other people. And also, if you see red flags in a friendship that you believe you've developed with another person, but there are some red flags there, and there are enough to show that this person is not for you, don't travel with them. Decline their invitation. Say, oh, no, thank you, and leave it at that. Don't let them manipulate you or push you or convince you to travel out of the country with them, especially if there's things that you have seen them do that you didn't like, but you still rocked with them, you still hung out with them because maybe they were fun hanging out with. But taking personal trips away from your family without any protection or without your blood relatives there to witness something or to stop it or to be there to to protect you, defend you, uphold your honor, don't travel out of the country. And those are my recommendations, because there are people that will befriend you and say they're your friends and then get you somewhere where this is what they've always wanted to do. And some people premeditate things in their mind. Some people are evil. Some people are, evil, wicked, mean. They have an evil heart, and they will wait till I get them, where I want them, in a compromising situation. And then you're in a compromising situation if you travel out of the country, or, because when you think about it, a lot of these countries is not helping people. They're not helping U.S. citizens. Once you get over there, it is what it is, and they're not trying to participate in any investigations. A lot of times the laws are totally different on how they handle, things like femicide and things like that. So with that being said, you all, please leave your respectful comments below. Let me know what you think about this story. Let's bring more awareness to this. Please share the video. Please give the thumbs up to this video, but share this video and bring more awareness, and talk to your loved ones and let them know, please do not be traveling out of the country. I understand that you may have grown relatives, grown children, but sit down and talk to them so that they know to be aware and how to protect themselves. And I know that people want to take trips because people have opportunity now, to be able to travel places. That's all fine and good, but you also have to protect yourself by any means necessary. And again, please be mindful, use spiritual discernment. Pray about it. Is this the right person or family or friends I should be traveling with? Have they shown me things that make me believe I'll hang out with them here in the U.S. locally, but I will not travel with them from afar? Please do not go out of the country with people that you know that you cannot trust, or people that have some suspect behavior, because these stories are very traumatizing. They're hard to swallow, and and it's happening so often. It was just women traveling and getting surgeries and they were succumbing to their death. Now the new trend is to take someone out of the country, to lure them out of the country on their own consensual free will, but to get them somewhere and then to do things that they know are going to be harmful to that person. And then the family is left grieving to pick up the pieces and to try to get justice and to figure out what led up to it or why, and dealing with authorities that are out of the country or in different countries and trying to get justice. And as we see this happen in San Juan, Puerto Rico, but with the Shanquella Robinson story, that happened in somewhere in Mexico. So with that being said, again, you all leave your respectful comments below. I'd like to know what you know about this story. Does anyone know this, know the family? And, what do you think? And do you have any information on, what can be done because it happened in one of our U.S. territories? So with that being said, God bless you all and have a beautiful day.